Listen. A tiny shadow skims the wet sand, legs a blur, beak flicking like a practiced metronome. In that moment, we see nature's quiet wisdom.
This episode is less about spectacle and more about timing, how a series of tiny, careful movements adds up to long journeys and quiet survival.
We call them Sanderlings. Scientists call them Calidris alba. You'll see them on coasts from Arctic shingle to temperate estuaries and sunlit tropical beaches, arriving like punctuation along the surf.
But every year begins far from the warm sands where they feed.
In the Arctic tundra, under a low summer sun, a pair finds a stony patch and scrapes a shallow nest.
Small shells, quiet parents. It feels fragile. And yet, quietly, everything there follows a rhythm older than us.
When chicks emerge, they are ready to move. These are precocial young, downy, alert, learning to run before they fly. Watch how their first lessons are given by landscape and motion, more than by touch or song.
Listen.
Of course, there are quiet dangers. Sudden storms can bury food, and predators test the smallest ones. We won't linger on the harshness. Instead, notice the way chicks crouch, study themselves, and rise again to follow a parent. Resilience lives in that return.
As young birds grow, their bodies prepare for another kind of labor, migration. Feathers change, weight shifts, and a quiet urgency arrives. Feed now, carry fuel later. On distant beaches, the everyday miracle is timing. It's almost a choreography.
Watch. Legs like tiny pistons, beak a precise probe. They scan, run with the retreating wave, probe the sand, then recover before the next pulse of surf. The flock moves in a single tempo, a subtle agreement between bird and sea.
Those small habits are adaptations, a compact bill for probing, a stomach built for tiny crustaceans and worms, and plumage that shifts with season, brighter for breeding light, softer and cryptic in winter, beauty and function, side by side. Then comes migration, a quiet epic measured in stops and starts. A Sanderling may pause at a single stopover for days to weeks to refuel. Patient, purposeful pauses that connect Arctic shores to winter beaches. Along coasts such as the Bay of Fundy or the Wadden Sea, these refueling pauses are vital links in a long chain. Navigation itself feels almost mysterious. Landmarks, winds, the arc of seasons. We only glimpse the tools. What we witness is the result. Distant populations joined by a lifetime of small movements.
In company, Sanderlings create a living mosaic. They may jostle for a rich patch of sand, yet their motion flushes prey and makes feeding easier for others. In that way, they help keep intertidal food webs humming, a small species with an outsized role.
People arrive on shores carrying different rhythms. When we slow our own, a mutual exchange can happen. We learn timing, presence, and the art of watching. Stand still for a minute, and you'll feel the tempo of the flock.
Conservation here is gentle work. Protect stopover beaches, reduce disturbance at feeding sites, and limit bright lights that confuse migrating birds. Small acts, keeping dogs on leashes near nests, respecting fenced habitat, add up. When beaches are healthy, Sanderlings and the tiny life they eat thrive together.
One last detail to carry with you. Sanderlings will often perform a little circular run to stir up prey before a synchronized sprint.
A small trick, but it changes the meal for an entire flock.
And there, for now, we leave the Sanderling on a stretch of sand that is both home and highway. Through tides and seasons, its rhythm continues, asking nothing and teaching us patience. Remember them, respect them, learn from them.
If this story brought you a moment of calm or a new sense of appreciation, stay connected with Avian Tranquility. Like, subscribe, and share this episode. Help these shore stories find more listeners and more protectors. Tell us about a shoreline that has stayed with you. Small stories matter.
Until next time, find a quiet moment near water if you can. Watch how the world unfolds and carry with you the soft knowledge that in every wing beat there is a survival tale. One bird, one story. Complete peace.